So hello everyone, I'm Snigdha. A quick introduction of who am I. So I've always been fascinated by numbers and have used it for using it to drive insights, make decisions going forward with all the data that you can get access to. I'm a mathematician by trade and I've been using it across all different domains, you name it, and we would have done it. So whether it's a telecom, hospitality, finance, and so on and so forth. So today we are going to talk about what is prediction and how do we make it happen. In my past 15 years of experience, I can call myself as a predictive analytics expert. And today is the story of this fascinating data science team at Wavemaker, where we have built some techno analytics projects which enable our clients give about 98 to 99% accuracy in their projections for coming future. So in next 15 minutes, we'll be talking about prediction, accuracy, artificial intelligence and its building blocks, application landscape. We'll be talking about AI driving business transformations as one of the use cases, and of course, its application in the disruptive times. So what is forecast and how is accuracy defined from a business lens? So I'll take an example of a couple of projects that we did for our clients. This is a third-party e-commerce logistics company, which needs to understand that what will be their potential. So what do we define as a forecast and how do we measure its accuracy? So it's a third-party e-commerce logistics company which basically wants to understand that what will be their potential number of shipments that they can expect in coming months, as they have a huge variability in the period that they analyze or look at. So they built a predictive engine in January, use it in March to understand the number of potential shipments that they can expect in coming October, which is a bumper Diwali season sale period, which is similar to what you have as a Christmas in West. And the prediction says the numbers are going to be 9.25 million. It's 8 months in advance. And that month, they actually clocked in 9.25 million shipments, which was off by only 5,000. The prediction accuracy is 99.9%. We look at another example here, which is an online car reseller, where they want to understand by a daily, weekly, and a monthly level, what is the number of new appointments they can expect so as to ensure they have a right sales force and technicians to drive the further conversion of these appointments to selling of the cars. They commissioned a project in March. They used the tool in April to predict it for next June. The numbers were 27,856. And that June, they actually recorded 27,837, which is a difference of only 19. The prediction accuracy of 99.9%. Predictions are not easy, and doing it for live events is all the more challenging. We all understand that, but it is very important to understand that what will be the player dynamics, what is your right strategy to ensure you leverage the strengths of your players, you work on the weakness, for that one winning strategy for an upcoming match. And if you have a prowess of a technological driven product which actually runs so many simulations which can predict if a player takes a specific turn at any point in a game or a match, how will that impact my next move in the match? And this was when tested for a cricket event, IPL. We saw with the winning strategy and the playing players, the score that you can project for an upcoming match was exactly what the team did, and they did win the match. So we all understand that data is the new oil, and people are investing in it left, right, and center. Everybody is trying to gather as much information as they can with the with the devices like IoT enabled, where you can track your consumers' movement, what are they doing, where are they traveling, and with the automated processes in your supply chain management systems, you can actually gather the information to the T, to the lowest grain. Moreover, there are a lot of external signals that can impact your business outcomes today and in near future. This is a wonderful example of a butterfly effect. How does an impact in a stock exchange price of a particular commodity or a company can impact a company's sale in next quarter in another country altogether? All this has an interplay and impacts your overall design, and your strategy is what artificial intelligence needs to take care of. Hence, any artificial intelligence product will basically be built on a very strong infrastructure, which is a data architecture where you deploy all your different data sources, which could be a real time, they could be structured or they could be unstructured, and hence you leverage the deep learning algorithms to ensure you have a right tech stack. Then you put your entire synthesizing information where you deploy either probabilistic programming modules or deep learning algorithms to understand and massage this information right, draw conclusions for it, and forecast for the future. So we all know it, and most of us are already doing it, either in-house or there are a lot of off-the-shelf products that are available in the market that you can deploy and start working with. So can you still get an accuracy of 90 to 98% plus that we claim for every product that we have built? Well, you can if you start looking at it bottom up. There is no single theory that holds true with the given construct and the interplay of all the different variables that start impacting your decision making and your business outcomes in the current scenario. There is a lot of research that is happening in different disciplines of education and work streams. For example, we have used, this is just an example, so you can deploy a structured equation modeling technique from as a causal interference in your artificial intelligence from psychometric analysis. You can also use genetic greedy algorithms. But another bigger challenge that comes up from a mathematical construct point of view is how do you minimize and constrain your optimization problem? Do you really have the prowess or the systems that can generate billions of simulations to ensure that your models converge? Because that, if that is not possible, my systems don't work. And thanks to the emerging tech that we can deploy those systems these days. So of course, you need to have a relevant data, you need to have a tech stack, and you have your own customized artificial intelligence algorithms to ensure you build products which are reliable and give you good forecasts. So guys, I here give you a blueprint of exactly what works to give you a predictive accuracy for most of our products in real time at a level that we had claimed. Here you see that we actually take more than 300 feeds available through external data sources, which could be as varied as a weather feed, the video trafficking that is happening across your all internet websites, the stock price data of different companies on different markets as they open and close, and so on and so forth. Of course, you also look at the internal data of any category and a company that you're working with. Then is where you put all the transformations, do the, not only look at the independent variables in silos, that is also important for us to understand, because not all of them would be following a simple normal regression or a normal distribution. They might be following a Poisson distribution. So how do I ensure that when I'm interacting all these different possibilities together, the constructs that I create to understand the direct and the indirect effect, how will that hold true in a theoretical construct that we have studied back in the times, or the new off-the-shelf product that I'm using, will that be taken care of? Once you have done all of that, it is important that you have an output which a business can use. Does this output take care of all the real-time simulations and the information that is changing now, and with the consequent changes when you build this product, say a year back? So once you have that, you have a difference. You can track it real time. The gap that you have, you change your reallocations to ensure you come back and do this to be on the track again. So this is how we have built and done and tested across almost all the domains that you can think of, whether it's a e-commerce, retail, CPG, retail, automobile, airline, telecom, finance, hospitality, logistics, and even live sports. Not given the kind of instances and the parameters that you analyze here, you can actually answer the question at every domain and a business problem that a client or any industry is facing at any point in time. And then once you start building your products bottom up is where we start getting an accuracy which is as high as even 99.9% for a year in advance for certain use cases, and can be up to 90% for an entire portfolio while you are optimizing it. So here I would like to take you through one use case that we did for a CPG retail as a top bottom. So of course everybody realizes it, and it comes from the CXOs. They want and need an agile system to set their targets right. There is always a pressing pressure on the marketing leads these days to give a quantifiable evidence of their marketing expenditures to help achieve that business goal. Whatever they set as an annual budget or a target is not anymore going to be a single time process and revisit it after 1 year. One needs to have a strategy enabler, which is real-time tracking system, which allows you to reprioritize your resources and meet these aggressive targets, change it, learn it, deploy it, change it, learn it, deploy it. And that's the cycle that one needs to deploy in real time. Almost all, about 80% of the organizations that you'll be working with as a CEO or as a deployer will understand that you do have AI systems, you will have your own centralized data lake, you will have your inbuilt models which learn, and you will have your own customized algorithm. You have deployed a technology which is computational prowess to handle billions of such simulations. But the real power comes when this is not sitting with one Snigdha and her R&D team, but if this access needs to go to each and every individual and a decision maker in the organization to ensure that they can make an AI-driven decision when they do a new resource management, when they do a new media mix to attain that optimized growth that they are targeting for a single campaign to a multiple campaigns for a single product and a portfolio. And do they have a right supply and a demand management system to project and meet the need that they are going to forecast or see in coming future? So we did this project for one of the clients, and rather the product has been built to be a plug and play for any industry that it goes on, to ensure that each and every decision maker has an access to it, can change their levers accordingly, redesign their strategies to come back on the track if they were digressing, and ensure that how do they meet a 98% to 99% portfolio growth projections that they set at the start of the year. And here I introduce you one such product where you can understand and see how do we make it happen consistently every day throughout the year for our clients. And finally, this is a question that keeps coming back, that these are disruptive times. Will a product which looks at the historical information to predict the futures will still hold true? Of course, the product that I built using data until 2019 cannot take care of what the COVID situation is. But one needs to understand that if you have solutions, if you have a tech, and if you have algorithms that can track and sense the information real time, is what you need to come back with a new strategy and your path to recovery to understand what should be your next step and move. And hence, we are no more local anymore. Whatever category or a segment or a domain that you operate in, that will have an effect of the economic factors and the policies that your country takes, that a global organizations and the other countries are taking and impact the overall scenarios. A lot of economic stretch scenarios can be built to understand what will be the path of recovery for an individual category, whether it will be a V shape or a W shape or a L shape and so on and so forth. One also needs to understand that these are highly disruptive times, and it has changed the consumer demand behavior. It has changed how they'll be consuming the information. It has changed what do they need right now, not sheer by the economic stress, but also by the new uh, the change in the environment that the people are facing. So do you have an agile system that can actually understand that new demand? Do you have a system that can actually take care of that supply and distribution channel and the shift to handle those consumer demands wherever it is coming from? Pricing now will play all the more an important role. And are you resilient to your consumers and to your competitive activities that they are going to play with? How are your monies going to work more harder? Everybody wants to understand that. So I would rather say artificial intelligence is going to play a more pivotal role and ensure you do deploy and use techno-analytical products to have your own recovery path, which can ensure a comeback in this difficult time. So thank you, and can now take a couple of questions if you can put them on the chat. So I see, so guys, you can give me a couple of questions if you want. Otherwise, you can also reach out to me on my LinkedIn, through my LinkedIn profile, and I can take up a few questions there. So overall, yes, it is difficult to predict and it is not easy. Every time we do it, we put a lot of effort in it, and I'm sure all of you face that challenge day in and day out. So all I would say is, please don't get drowned in the enormous data that you have. Of course, we have to use it, but we have to use it absolutely smartly. Deploy the systems that can help you do all those simulations in real time, and then we will build a product that can be tested in real time. Look at the changes that are happening right now, learn from it, look at the business impact, revisit it, and that's where the machine learning algorithms will help you build a product that can give you that kind of a prowess. So thank you, and I hope you guys liked it. You can reach out to me. Ensure you have teams which are built up of data scientists, data engineers, data architects, because you also need to have a technology setup that can enable you do all this. You need to have subject matter experts to give you all the experience into different industries, and that's how you build a product like this to ensure it gives you an output across and everywhere. So that's pretty much what we have for today. I'm sure you guys are going to have a good time, and this is a really exciting forum, so have fun. And we'll be in touch. So thank you very much. Bye. So I have a question here. Which tools do you recommend to get started? So I think there are lots of open tools available there. You can get started with you have to have an understanding of mathematics. You need to understand some programming languages. You also need to understand what is happening in the market. So tools is for your coding, you can start with Python. But there are a lot of data science courses where I think you should also understand statistics and math of what goes behind and what are the inherent hypotheses that each and every session takes. So yeah. Then yeah, I think you guys can get connected to me through my LinkedIn profile, and I'll reach out to you and respond to your queries. So thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.